building a small mushroom operation that actually makes money. So when talking about this subject, I like to first bring up the fact, this is my tried and true road, that we are not implementing the things that need to be implemented from the beginning of our business. And I think this is all small farms because there's so much that goes into the production side of agriculture that oftentimes we get left in the dust when it comes to systems. We get left in the dust when it comes to things that actually are going to create longevity. And man, for us, we had lost so many potential customers over the years because we just were not using sales-oriented systems. And you know, it's great to make relationships with people and meet people and have these really type of nonchalant things going on. But really, at the end of the day, you need to be taking care of people and adding value to them in order to keep them around. Just thinking right now over the years how many clients we've had that kind of just fell off because we weren't sticking to our guns and we weren't really actually taking the time to follow up with people and to make sure that people were being taken care of to the utmost respect. For us and for me, I was not really taking care of myself for many years in the beginning. All I was worried about was trying to complete production, make sure that we got all of the product that we needed for the week for those very few customers who were sticking around. And once things changed and we started implementing actual systems that have been tried and true and used by people who are actually making an impact, people who are actually making a difference, that's when we started to see things change. And that's what's cool, to be able to have that reflection. But with that being said, the whole reason we're doing this is to make sure that we're saving others some pain, because there's a lot of pain that comes with not feeling like you're implementing and executing to the utmost that you can. So this is the mindset shift. The entire mindset shift for small business owners needs to be, and especially farmers, from grower to operator, or from operator to owner. And it's really, really a big change. Let me rephrase that. From grower to owner, and from operator to owner. When you're taking the time to look at this overarching different pillars of business, you then have a little bit different, I guess, retrospect as to what is important. And for us, things like sales, marketing, making sure that we were following up with people, making sure that we were actually trying to expand, were all things that were left on the back burner. And I really wish we would have done it the opposite way. Once you become an owner, you're in control. You're not letting the operations control you. And that's the big difference. I mean, look at me right now. I'm sitting in an operator position right now. And I do this because I love it. And I love to be able to sit here and talk while my hands are doing something that's much more preferable to me than just sitting at my desk and talking. But right now, I am in an operator position. Am I working on the business or am I working in the business? Right now, I'm working in the business. And guess what? That means that the forward momentum, for the most part, is stalled out. So when you, as a founder, as an owner, have your hands tied up like this, and you're in the operator position, you're kind of in a spot where you're at a standstill. Even if you're continuing to make money, even if you're continuing to support yourself, things may grow a little bit. I mean, that's, you know, obviously how we all get to a certain point of being able to expand even further is just that grind and doing a lot of things yourself. But with that being said, there's a lot of tasks in which there's going to be people who are a lot better than you that you can hand them off to. I would not say for me, I am very skilled in money management. So we have an accountant who takes care of that stuff because I suck at it. And I don't want to spend my time doing low leverage tasks that at the end of the day, it's not making me money. It's not paying my employees. It's not giving them benefits. It's not doing any of those things. And I'm not going to spend my time doing something that I could pay somebody else to do for my hourly wage, you know? So for you small folks who are just starting out, thinking about what are you gonna pay yourself? What are you gonna pay yourself? 20 bucks an hour, let's say. So when we start to use leverage in the business, we start to think about this is a task that I could pay somebody $20 or less to do. And I'm talking specifically about bagging right now. So let's say my time is worth 20 bucks an hour. I could pay somebody to do this for that amount. Then you should do it. And I know I'm being a bad example here by doing this, but like I said, I'm choosing to. And ultimately, there are so many things that you can leverage to create some huge growth really quickly. And this just happened for us within the last couple of years, being able to leverage a lot of those office and administrative tasks that would eat up hours of my day. So now my days consist of talking to clients, obtaining new customers, marketing. Those are what my days are consistent of now. I am not in the production every single day. I am typically in the office working on the business. I am not working in the business. So that's a big old rant there about building a mushroom operation that actually makes money. And there's a couple of other things that we can touch on, especially things like product differentiation and the sales mindset. I think it's important to differentiate your products, to have a multitude of different products, you know, to be utilizing all of the things and waste to create secondary and tertiary products, especially with mushrooms, making tinctures, selling dried mushrooms. That's all great. It's all dandy. It's something you should be doing, especially if you're a market farmer. But also, you have to think about this leverage again. Are you leveraging your time and actually selling enough of this product for it to be worthwhile over the course of months or days or, you know, a season? You have to really take a look, have these standard operating procedures where you're measuring every step of the process and taking a look and seeing if is it really worth your time. I've seen a lot of folks who are getting into this industry, and then ultimately what's happening is they're failing at being successful mushroom farmers because they're lacking the systems in order to push things forward, in order to step away and actually become an owner. And what happens is they just turn into secondary and tertiary product companies, selling tinctures and selling other things where, quite frankly, the market is totally flooded right now. The Chinese have the dried market flooded. The tincture market is just, I mean, there's so many companies who are only doing extracts now. I just think it's flooded, man. It's flooded. What people really need is to be able to produce high quality, fresh mushrooms on a regular basis and continue to be consistent with that and feed the freaking world. That's just where I'm at with it. And I think a lot of people would agree. There's just not very much standardization in the supplement industry, and it's kind of just becoming a farce and a joke. And when that happens, the consumer's trust really starts to take a nosedive. You know, once you start seeing all of this stuff out there where it's like these companies they're using whatever, they're using stuff that was grown on shit or whatever, it starts to affect what's going on in people's mind about the industry as a whole, you know? So just something to keep in mind, and really just something to take to heart. So I hope this week you can take some time to focus on building an operation that works from a foundation that is tried and true. And if you're looking for more information on this, check out our other videos. Please follow, like, and subscribe, leave a comment. And if you're really interested in learning more about systems and specialty mushroom farming, you can check out the link below where we have our 6-week farm launch implementation plan, where you can take a look at what it takes to get a specialty mushroom farm growing up and running in just 6 weeks by purchasing these fully inoculated, ready-to-fruit substrate blocks that we produce here at 10 Mile Mushrooms. So, awesome guys, appreciate y'all. Keep on following along. I love yous. Grow much more.